In honor of National Makeup Day, I thought I'd take you through some of my favorites and a little bit of history. Let's start in the theater at the turn of last century. This is a red that would be found behind the scenes in someone's theater kit, and it wasn't relegated only to the lips. This could be used all over the face for any look, but red lipstick in modern makeup was where we started seeing the movement into the mainstream theater and then, of course, movies. From here, we moved into more of a mainstream. In between, women were using things like alkanet and other natural herbs and dyes mixed with hydrating bases to create balms and salves to give just a hint of color during the Victorian and Edwardian age, because makeup needed to be discreet and to look natural. But as we entered the teens and the 20s, we started seeing more lipstick commercially available. The suffragette movement, the flapper movement, and just the general freedom of women to be out and about in the world unchaperoned led to these beautiful little compacts that could be carried to touch up, and they seem to always include a red lip of some sort. We'll take a look at a few more historically as we move through here. This is another dance purse that has, you guessed it, a tiny little lip. And I love this one. You can still see a little bit of that red color peeking through there, bright, vibrant, and true. As we continue moving, we can go to France and look at this little treasure. It is by Delaterre, Paris, France. How's that for a crimson? And it just amazes me when we find shades that after 100 years still glide on like they were made yesterday. Beautiful metal fittings and designed to last. This one is a particular favorite. This is a little bit of a mystery. It's Lanvin in a little glass vial, rose number 7. This is a refill. And in other videos, I've shown you this shade. We scraped just a tiny bit from the base here. It is a true vibrant red. I have not ever been able to find a case for this. Maybe one of you have one. Love to see it. As we continue to move through the 20s and into the 30s, of course, we continue to see the dance purse. Mondaine is particularly famous for the beauty and the intricacies. You'll find shades in a light, medium. How about that purple? Oh, the violet shadow, I can't get over it. Complete with mascara, a pencil, blush, and powder on the other side. Not to be undone, there's always something special about Richard Hudnut, who also created the triple vanity compacts with a hidden lipstick that is not mold, that is just corrosion between the metal and the oils in the lipstick. Those of you that have seen me rehab these and fill them with modern makeup know exactly what we can do with those. Oh, if we zoom back to the 20s quickly, how charming is the finger purse? Blush, powder on one side, the other side fitted with, you guessed it, a beautiful red lip. Unbelievable. The siren call of independence, and as pure and clear and loud as the day it was potted. As we continue to move through Art Deco, we see examples like this one, where a lipstick cleverly hides in this other triple vanity by Richard Hudnut. Ugh. Now we can't move into the 40s without talking about the patriotic movement and the red lip of the decade. This is Victory. In all her glory, she was often copied, but never duplicated. That is a Victory red the women in the 40s wore to be ready to welcome their men home and to show their patriotism during wartime. Fabulous, incredible color on. As we continue to move through the 40s and into the 50s, we start to see, even at the tail end of the 30s, compacts like these that would be worn at the dinner hour to show off. Can you imagine touching up with a beautiful lip? They were always made to be refillable, which just goes to show they were not only made to last, but made to be reused and loved. As we scooch through the 40s, we come into Helena Rubinstein. This is known as the wedding ring. Also, a refill. We see cherry here. And wait until you see this color. It has oxidized a bit in the tube, but it was absolutely a deep, gorgeous hue. I mean, what a tone. I'm running out of fingers here. Moving along to the one that started swag. The Stork Club was one of the first to offer perfumes, fragrance, and entire makeup kits as gifts to his favorite clients, including celebrities, starlets, and regular customers. If you received a Stork Club lipstick, you were definitely part of the club. We can't forget Max Factor, the man that coined the term makeup, as legend tells us, with an infamous little pot. In a mother of pearl case, we see colors like red on red. Isn't that a fascinating tone? And you can start to see the shift in tones. We begin to see more oranges. Not to be forgotten, of course, are the iconic shades that started the revolution for Revlon with Cherries in the Snow, a color Revlon still makes to this day, not in exactly the same formula due to some banned dyes, but how about that? Cherries in the Snow preceded Fire and Ice, which were the two lipsticks with the very first female ad agent behind the copywriting. Fire and Ice was famous for its quiz. Are you ready for fire and ice? And you would answer questions about your dreams, your hopes, and you could determine if you were a fire and ice or more of a cherries in the snow kind of gal. Amazingly, these sort of battles spiked sales and were some of the beginning of the 1950s marketing discoveries. We also saw, as we moved into the 60s, we saw Van Cleef and Arpels do refillable lips and compacts with, you guessed it, Revlon. We're seeing a little red here. And can you imagine the famous jewelry house and Revlon creating so many treasures? I don't even have time to fit them all in here. I don't know. Let me know. Comment and follow for part 2.